Oh my goodness. Jesus. Oh, I don't know if anybody's even going to see this only because I had an issue. So I deleted one of the live streams that I created. And then I had to add another one. So the link that I put on all of the social sites from LinkedIn to X to Facebook are all off. Well, but I am live. Reality Spirituality is live, and this is being recorded, I think. So let's start the show. Happy birthday to me. Lord have mercy. Here we go. Cueing the theme song.
Oh, it's time to get real. Oh, yeah. It's a new experience.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, keep your ears open for this one. You got a question for RLM? It's time to get some answers, baby.
Oh, now we getting real.
It's time to get down. Yeah, you gonna feel good now. Real good.
Time to get real. So I don't even know if the title of the show is up, but the title of the show is Expectations and Happiness. But let me just introduce myself. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Reality Spirituality Radio. I'm your host, Global Happiness Specialist, Inner Peace Practitioner, Oracle, Fitness Instructor, Mother, but most importantly, a student. And again, I don't even think I'm going to get any views on this, but it doesn't even matter. The information has to go out. Happiness specialist. Who the hell does she think she is? In fact, I was talking to someone this morning about happy and how that is so misleading and people seeking happiness. But let me be very clear. When I say happy, I'm talking about a personal vibration, an energy of peace and contentment, regardless of what happens. That's my definition of happiness. I define happiness as the ability to maintain and sustain a vibration of peace and contentment, regardless of what happens. And it's a practice. Happiness is a practice skill. Inner peace is a practice skill. Contentment is a practice skill. And I get this pushback. This was a couple of weeks ago, and this gentleman asked me, he was 97 too. He asked me, he says, well, if you're content all the time, well, how are you going to get anything done? You're just content. No, it's not about not getting anything done. It's not about not taking any action. It's about what vibration am I holding? What vibration am I rooted in? And you can achieve move mountains, but with a content, peaceful energy. And that takes practice. And the practice starts with recognizing, focusing on, putting a spotlight on all of the program behaviors, the programming for unhappiness. And in fact, thank you for asking. And in fact, my latest book, it's called Programmed for Unhappiness, Exposing the Untold Truth. This is on Amazon. And in this book, I list 56 program behaviors that people don't even recognize, especially when you're programmed. You don't even recognize, number one, that you are programmed. Number two, that the programming dictates not the actual experience. It's the program. Thank you for finding me. It's the program that dictates the experience and not the experience itself. What I say is life is an experience without judgment, but it's the programming that teaches that there's a judgment about this experience. This is either good or bad. In fact, I was talking to someone, yeah, through the happy times and then the sad times, the good times and the bad times. There's no such thing. It just is an experience, but the programming demands a label. The programming demands a judgment and a label, and it is overwhelming. I said 56. That's a lot. That's a lot of programming. Let me just start off by a brief introduction, even though that was an introduction, but a little bit more. When I was younger, in fact, I forgot almost. Today is my birthday. Happy 70th birthday. Don't you tell anybody I'm 77. Oh, when I was younger, remember blowing out the candles and making a wish, I always wished for the same two things. I wanted to, number one, live to my potential. I had no idea what that meant, but I wanted to live to my potential and I wanted to be happy. And this being happy has been a decade, scratch that, decades of discovery, decades of research, decades of finding out the truth about happiness. And what I found is that it's in this world, for the most part, it's not valued. This contentment, this peace has no value. In fact, I remember going to a seminar, was with a J.T. Fox. He's a global speaker, Foxx, J.T. Fox. And I asked him and I said, how do I monetize something that isn't valued until too late? And he told me right to my face, he says, find something else to sell. And it's really not even about selling the information. It's just about, for me, it's about sharing this information. And it is life-changing when when an individual values or even prioritize or even thinks that happiness is important. And in fact, there's a famous study. It's called the 5 most common regrets of the dying. The 5 most common regrets of the dying. And it was done by a hospice nurse. Her name is Bronnie Ware. You can Google it. And she asked her patients, these people had days to live, weeks, months to live. And she asked her patients, what are your 5 biggest regrets? Well, the 5th regret on this list is I wish I would have let myself be happier. And this regret kept coming up over and over and over with the other 5. I'll read the 5. I wish I had pursued my dreams and aspirations and not the life others expected of me or even expected of myself. In fact, that's the topic of today's show, expectations and happiness. It's coincidence that that's there. I would have pursued my dreams and aspirations and not the life others expected of me. Number 2, I wish I didn't work so hard. Shout out to my workaholics. Number 3, I wish I had the courage to express my feelings and speak my mind. Number 4, I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. Number 5, I wish I would have let myself be. And back to number 1 about the expectations. All expectations are a program. Having an expectation is a program. And what is a program anyway? A program is something, a belief, an idea, something that is believed to be true but you weren't born with this belief, and you weren't born with this program, and you weren't, for example, you weren't born knowing how to worry, and you weren't born having expectations. Did I mention that there's 56 program behaviors? 56. Having expectations of self or others and happiness does not mix. The program of having expectations always, without fail, subtracts from happiness, subtracts from a level of contentment. Expectations, in fact, if you want, I will guarantee, if you never want to get your heart broken, if you never want to be disappointed again, eliminate all expectations. Expectations to win a game. I was watching football yesterday. Expectations of a day, expectations of others, expectations of self. All expectations are a programmed belief, a programmed behavior. In fact, let me see if I can find something really quickly in this expectations. Do I have anything in here? Beep, 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 beep. Oh, how to eliminate disappointment and heartbreak forever. That's on page 112. 112. 112. Before a heart can be broken or disappointment felt, there's a program behavior that 98% of the population considers normal. But this behavior is not normal. It's just another program that continues to rob people of their happiness. This behavior is responsible for all the disappointment and heartbreak you will ever experience. Are you ready to eliminate heartbreak and disappointment? I know I was. People with broken hearts have one program behavior in common: expectations. So let's get back to expectations and how to, well, we'll scratch that. Are you able to see and understand? Are you able to see that expectations cause disappointment? And then the comeback, the pushback with that is always, well, but that's just human, but it's not just human. It is a programmed behavior to expect others, and especially the expectations come when a label is given to a person, a label like friend or husband or wife or child or parent or even coworker. Having expectations, putting a label on a person, you scratch that. 98% of the time, expectations come with a label. If you are my mother, I expect you to act in a certain way. Or if you are my neighbor, or you are my lover or my husband, I expect a certain behavior. And that's the trap. Practice letting go of all expectations of others. It's going to bring an enormous amount of peace with that, and with the expectation, and with the letting go of expectations of others. There is a letting go of having an expectation of self. Give you an example. I'm usually at the gym in the morning, 6 a.m., working out, but is there an expectation that it is going to scratch that? That's a bad example. How about this? Going to the gym, Parking in the parking lot. The gym is usually open at 6 o'clock. Is there an expectation that I am going to work out on that day? Usually the gym is open. But what if for some reason, who knows, maybe a plumbing problem, maybe electric problem, the gym doesn't open. It is a continual practice to let go, to eliminate all expectations for a more peaceful journey. And that comes from the smallest of expectations, even expecting the mail to be delivered. I know it's not easy. I know it's not an easy practice, but if you are consciously serious about wanting to experience more peace and more contentment, the expectations, one by one, little by little, with awareness, have to be have to have to be let go of, have to be let go of. I can't believe that. Anyway, I already knew it was going to be. Even expecting this show, even expecting this show for me to go live. I mean, I didn't go live yesterday on my usual day on Sunday at 9 a.m. I said, well, I wasn't really feeling it. I said, I have a show on Monday, on my birthday. And sure enough, deleting a stream, or deleting one of the streams on StreamYard. I deleted one, and now the link doesn't the link doesn't match what I posted. The link doesn't match what I posted. Did I expect to have a normal show and have people listening and have people live in the chat? Yes. But as soon as there was a technical issue or technical problem, the expectation was just gone. And there is when you practice eliminating expectation, life flows easier. Everything is easier, especially those expectations of self and others. Letting people off the hook, letting you off the hook. But then the pushback is, well, don't accomplish anything. I expect to have this goal accomplished in my daily goals or my 6 months goal. Let go. What do you value? Is it important to be at peace with the way the universe is unfolding? Is it important to flow with every single present moment? Is it important to you to flow with the moments? You can feel the difference when you're flowing and when you're resisting. And all expectations come with their family, with their cousins. Resistance. Even on this day, I remember this was years ago. I remember celebrating, or it would be my birthday. And if the people in my life, the people that I loved, didn't call, didn't send a card, didn't call, didn't send a card, didn't, hold on a second. Let me do this real fast. Hold on. Live. I'm doing my show. Will be in less than 10 minutes. That's funny. Okay. Live action, reality spirituality. This is a birthday. So back to the expectations, especially the birthday expectations. And we're in the holiday season too. the Thanksgiving, the Christmas, the New Year's, all expectations. Every holiday has expectations attached, whether expecting family members to show up, expecting the dinner to come out well, expecting everything to be perfect. And having expectations are all in the future. That means that you're not taking advantage. That means that you're not savoring or in the present moment. Expectations are all in the future. I'm telling you, if you just practice letting go of expectations, the 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 the, the results is so much more peace and so much more contentment. I promise you, letting go of all expectations. And that's and what people have told me, though, that's really hard. That's hard to do. Yeah. This practice is not easy. But when you get to a certain point in life, and I'm 70 now, when you get to a certain point in life, priorities change, priorities shift, priorities are not like they were when you're in your teens, 20s, 30s, 40s. And not everyone gets it. Not everyone agrees. But for a lot of people, the older you get, the values change. And the things that I used to value yesterday, I could care less about today. For instance, look at this hair. The things I used to value yesterday, they're not even on the radar. All expectations, the expectations are a big cause of unhappiness. What else was I going to say about expectations? And the other thing about the expectations is having an attachment to an outcome, expecting an outcome, yeah, this is supposed to turn out, or supposed to look like, or supposed to be this. Being free of expectations and letting go and being at peace with uncertainty is going to bring you peace beyond what I could ever explain. And that's just one programming. Scratch that. That's just one program, expectations, and being at peace with uncertainty. Just a little tip. My gift to you: practice letting go of all expectations. And that's going to be the end of today's birthday show with this link that I deleted. Well, that's the end of today's show. Thanks for listening. Reality Spirituality is usually heard every Sunday at 9 a.m., but today is a special birthday show. Until next week, my dear audience, I want you to remember who you are. You are a physical example you are a physical extension of the universe. Your conscious energy, which is always evolving, always changing, always growing. Conscious energy having an experience through a human form. You've been listening to Reality Spirituality. And remember, you cannot have a happy ending to an unhappy journey. It is about the journey. You're listening to Reality Spirituality Radio with yours truly, happiness specialist Rebecca L. Norrington. And remember, happiness, inner peace, and contentment is a practiced skill. And I promise you, the more you practice, the more peace you're going to find, and your experience in every moment dictates what you practice. Scratch the dictates, reflects what you practice. Have a conscious week.
It's a new experience.
Oh, I didn't put it on YouTube. Yes.
Got a question for RLM? It's time to get some answers, baby.
Oh, now we getting real.
It's time to get down. Yeah, you gonna feel good now. Real good.
What a mess.